Welcome to my channel. My name is Desio, and I'm a French graffiti writer in Shanghai. Today I'm going to take you along a step-by-step process of my latest wall, painted alongside Sake from Japan. So I start by picking a direction from a page of thumbnail sketches that focus on the power lines. Although these could technically be considered tags, the idea with a power line sketch is to simplify all the letters and connections to simple strokes, so as to quickly see the overall balance and flow of the piece. I choose one, then I go on the wall. I first start by placing those lines. Recently, I've gone into the habit of starting from the middle, so I control the spread and placement of the piece. If I'm pushing it too much to one side, I can always easily rebalance on the other side and adjust without having to repeat all the letters.
I know you're feeling agitated, regurgitation from all the damn news stations. Tired of celebrities trying to relate to me. Never feel the pain behind those double window panes. You ain't in the same lane as us. We surviving in the streets, y'all we flourishing your nuts. Scrounging for the dollars from the government. Third eyes open, but both sides still struggling. What? Arguing over which side the grass is greener. Strong believer in the sheeps, lead them to the leaders. Microphones everywhere, listening to what we say. I need some favors now. We're searching for the answers. No side effects showing but another form of cancer. Falling in the line as we march into the masters. Saying now, back off, won't waste no time. Fuck off.
Once those lines are on the wall, I place each of the letters, thickening the strokes and adding detail. This method helps me with my piece as I know where each letter is going and the connections, so in my mind I can instead focus on the more subtle questions such as the shapes of each stroke and the edges and how they connect.
I'm an addict, falling from all of these bad habits. Damn it, wish you understood my current status. Damaged, living like kids who below average. Traffic jams always ruin my plans, goddamn. But now look where I'm at. Step up to the mic, yelling, guess who's back? It's the MCIB running through your IV. I'm a giant boy, don't ever fucking try me. And here's a message to my offspring. Keep pushing past the peaks, homie, Godspeed. Every victory is only at your arm's reach. Don't preach, but the truth is what I speak. And don't start with whoever broke your heart. Love played its part, now you're dealing with the scars. Know it's hard, but that's just how we are. Miss the way she rolled her R's like a porn star.
Back off, won't waste no time. Fuck off, don't pay no mind. It's my time to stand up again. It's my time to stand up. Back off, won't waste no time. Fuck off, don't pay no mind. It's my time to stand up again. It's my time to stand up. Back off.
I didn't like how my D and E were connecting at the bottom, and I realized I was connecting the E to the bowl instead of the terminal. Connecting it to the terminal fixed the wonkiness. Those terms are more linked to typography, but in essence, I mean, a lowercase d is composed of a curved part that goes a little up and then connects to a straight line, which then connects to the other letters. I was connecting the E to all the parts together, which was making it kind of weird. So I decided to simplify it. Color-wise, I had a nice fade of blues and oranges in my studio, so I decided I'd fade these colors together using the more saturated orange and blue on either edge of the fade and the more subtle cream and beige in the middle. I think this is like how when you're mixing two colors together and doing a fade, if you're doing colors that technically oppose each other, for example blue and orange, those are like directly opposite to each other, or like a yellow and purple or something like that. Basically, you take the middle tones, you try to make them more desaturated, more towards gray. So it's like either grays or browns or beige. Those are like nice desaturated tones, and it helps when you're doing the fade. If you're fading those two colors together, you'll get something that becomes smooth and nice to look at and won't seem too direct. Like if you take like two really saturated colors, like directly fade the yellow to the purple or the blue to the orange, it might be too strong. It might be hard to do any like subtle. I knew I was gonna have to paint something really simple this time because it gets really dark really quick, and as we lost a lot of time, time getting started. All I had left by now was a little bit more than an hour and a half basically to finish it. We ended up like starting painting around 2:30. Around 2:30 was the time, and by now it was already like 3. So at around 5-6 it gets totally dark, and this place has absolutely no light. Very cold that day. Luckily we managed to create a small makeshift fire, but that wasn't really going to help out much, but it was kind of cool to have. Now I kind of go randomly throughout the piece, choosing where to start the fade, and I just try and make it so that where the edges and the blocks meet, they wouldn't be the same. I came up with the idea of separating my S in 3 parts, removing the back and transforming it into a giant spray line. I thought that could be quite a nice little trick. Tried to create the individual dots with a stencil cap, but it didn't work too well, so I went back to making the dots one by one. But I quite like the effect and might end up redoing this in a future piece, just have to figure out a little bit more how to do it correctly. For the outline, I decided I was going to go with a lemon and go full 3D with it. So thinking of a light source and painting it as if the blocks had a real volume to them. I'm quite fond of this color at the moment. I think for too many years I neglected to use it, always choosing to go more yellow. Lemon has a much better coverage, and I think it matches quite well with different colors. I start off with a middle tone and I create the full outline. This is will serve as my base to either go lighter or darker at different parts. As for the 3D, I decided on making it irregular, going in many different directions, alternating from one block to the next as if it was twisting the letters onto themselves. I made sure each time I'd have only one direction in each part, so as not to create the kind of like bevel effect. So I might actually try and do a bevel on my next piece. So that could be kind of cool. Once the 3Ds are created, then I go about painting them in slowly going from mid-tone to light and to dark, depending on how it would get touched by the light. Like little by little, step by step, and just adding, subtracting, and that's how you get it.
Fuck off. Back off, don't waste no time. Fuck off, don't pay no mind. It's my time to stand up again. It's my time to stand up. We're back from vacation, I know you're feeling agitated. Regurgitation from all the damn news stations. Tired of celebrities trying to relate to me. Never feel the pain behind those double window panes. You ain't in the same lane as us. We surviving in the streets, y'all be flourishing your nuts. Scrounging for the dollars from the government. Third eyes open, but both sides still struggling. What? Arguing over which side the grass is greener. Strong believer in the sheeps, lead them to the leaders. Microphones everywhere, listening to what we say. Letting the First Amendment slip away. Time to put my phone down. I need some favors now. We're searching for the answers. No side effects showing, but another form of cancer. Falling in the line as we march into the masters. Saying that back off, won't waste no time. Fuck off, don't pay no mind. It's my time to stand up again. It's my time to stand up. Back off, won't waste no time. Fuck off, don't pay no mind. It's my time to stand up again. It's my time to stand up.
Onto that, by now we were really fighting for time as the sun was really disappearing and there wouldn't be much light left. So as I mentioned before, what to do with no more time and a background to make work? Bubbles. Bubbles it be. Just took some blues and bubbled up that background, and at the same time trimming off the overspray and cleaning the edges. Really keeping it basic to fill up the back quickly and try and go really as fast as I can. One thing with bubbles that I see many people doing is using one color to create small bubbles around the entire piece and then filling it in. This creates more of a box effect that also can sometimes work, often locked in a piece a bit too much. It makes it very static. Also, I see many times people only doing little clusters of small bubbles. I find it much more effective to create big bubbles, and like really big to small, but like really going big and small. I find it much more effective. When I create my bubbles, I try to imagine them as if they're also going behind my piece, so even where I'm not actually painting them. visualizing this helps me place the bubbles in a way that makes more sense. They don't stop at the edges of my letters, they go behind. So if they go behind, then where there's an opening, you'll see the bubble come through, so I know where to place the bubble in that opening. Not sure if I'm making sense, but here you guys can tell me. Once the bubble's painted, I saw I still had time to create a little drop shadow above them. This can have a negative effect as it can flatten out the background, but at the same time it usually makes the letters pop quite well. So it's a bit of a tricky balance to have. For this I just did the easy drop shadow technique, which is actually just simply sliding the outline 45 degrees to one side, maintaining the same distance throughout the piece, filling that shadow with one shade deeper than the shade beneath it. So if it's on a dark blue bubble, it becomes black. If it's on a mid-range blue, then it becomes dark blue, and so on. And so after 2.5 hours, here's the result. I wish I had a little more time, to be honest. Not sure about these little flares I added. They don't make much sense here, but it was a little too late to step back and redo them. Really had to rush finish. Hope you like the piece. Feel free to leave a comment below and tell me what you think. Like and subscribe. Also, big up to the Bermuda for parts of the soundtrack. Go check them out. These guys are absolutely have killer beats and really kill it. So big up to the homie Type from Japan as well. And I'll see you guys in my next video.